Hi guys, today I want to show you my application for InterSystems Developer Tools Contest. I've created a database management tool. So I used Java and Spring Boot for server side. For the client side I used Angular. And as the main database I use InterSystems Iris. So let's sign in to start our usage of this application. And I already have an account. So let's use it. So we see that this account has only one database, and let's create new one for this tutorial. So let's say tutorial, and also let's select token lifetime. Let's say it will be available for a day. So we created new database with name tutorial. We can see information about this table, and here we see in connection information. So here's access token and expiration date. And we can see that this token will be available for a day. If it is expired, we can regenerate, create new, one. So we can select like months, and we can see that we regenerated our token, and it will be available for a month. So let's create a new table to see how REST API works to manage like data in tables. So let's say that it will be, let's say tutorial table, and let's say we want ID field to be begin. Let's say it will be primary key and identity. Let's say we want name field. Let's say user. Here we want let's say varchar, and username will be 50 characters, not null. Let's say unique. Let's say again username, and let's add column and say let's age of the user. So we want age int, and we won't add any constraints. So let's create table. We created the user table, and here we can see table information. So we can update table, and I don't like the name user, so let's create users table. Okay, so we have 3 columns: ID, username, age. We can see column types, we can see constraints for each column, we can update, add columns, and remove if you want. So, and the interesting part of this database management tool is REST API to work with data in tables. So we see 5 endpoints for now, and we can get create, update, and delete records in our table. So let's start. I show you how it works and how to use it. So first of all, we need to move back to the database information and get access token to our database. This token works for all tables in this database and only for this database. So let's copy this and let's paste it here. So, and let's again move to our table, and let's say we want to get all records from our table. We know that this table are new and there is no records, but let's check if it's true. So let's send request. Oops, and I need to maybe update somehow this token, because yeah, I think something okay. Yes, somehow. Yes, so we see that our table doesn't have any records. So now let's say we want to add new records. So we need to copy this URL, paste. Again, we need JSON, and we need this header, and we need body. So body, example of body is here. So we need column name and value. So our table has 3 columns. First one is ID, and we see that this field is auto increment identity, so it will be generated automatically by database. So what we need to specify username because it's not null, but we optional can specify age because it doesn't have any constraint. So let's say we want to specify username because we need to specify this, and let's say user1. But let's do not specify age for this user and create it. So we create it and let's check. So yes, we created new user with username user1 and age null. But let's say we want to create new user, user2, and let's say we want to add age and let's say 10. So we send request and retrieve the data, and we see that we have already two users, and the first one without age, the second one is with age 10. So let's say we want to update the age for the first user. What we need to use update by field API request. So we need again these two headers, and we need to specify body. So body looks like that. We need condition. So we want to update by let's say by username. So we need column name username. We want to update by equals, and let's say we want to set value is user2. So now we need object what we updated. So we need to specify age, and we want to say that age will be 16, for example. And let's send request. So we see that our record is updated, and we updated age for the second user. So let's update for the first user, and let's set let's set 20 and send request, retrieve the data, and we see that the user 1 now has age 20 and the user 1 has age 16. And for example, we don't need the user. Let's create some dummy user, and let's say age let's say this number. For the age we saved, we see that we have this dummy user, and we want to delete this because it's fake and we don't need it. So paste it here. We need again token, and what we need again body. So body is a condition by as well. So we need to specify what again we need this content type. We need column name. So we want to remove by ID, let's say. We need operator, let's say equals, and we need value, and we need value for the user, for the third user. Let's check his ID. His ID is 3, so we set this value and send. So we see that we removed already this user, and let's do not use this request to get all users, but let's use the last one request and get user by column. So again we need these headers, and we need again a body. So we need column name, we need ID, and we need value 3. So send request, and we see that we don't have such users in our table, and we can retrieve the data from all information from our table, and we see that it doesn't exist. So I want to show you how it works in the database. So in database we have main tables like DB tokens, DBs, tables, and users, and all other tables are tables, user tables. So like when the user registered, I save it to this table. Then when user creates some database, I store this data in the database table, where I like save the created time date. Also, I set the status and specify the name for each database. So I do not create new database for each user. I use the only one database, and here I manage all these things. So to access the tables, user need to generate a DB token, and let's so to access to DB, user need access token. So if user want to access data in tables, he need access token. Without it, nobody can't retrieve or make some operations with data in tables. Also, for each database, we have tables. So we have tables table, where I store the ID of each table and name, username. So user specifies the name for table, but I do not use this because I will have some collisions. And I also save the database ID for each table. So in one database, we can have the same name for table. But we can have the same name table for different databases for each user. So and in the database, I created tables. So I use prefix table and the suffix 5 ID. So each user table in the database have this representation. So each table has own columns, own data, and we can get this if we want, but maybe there is no data in these tables. So yeah, we can see the data. So this is how it works. So that's it. That's all I want to show you. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.